All right, let's get into it. We're going to figure out what makes heavy metal music sound so, well, heavy. You know that massive, powerful sound? What's the secret sauce? How do they even make it? We're about to find out.
You totally know this feeling, right? Like a song kicks in during a huge movie scene or a boss battle in a video game, and the energy just, bam, it explodes. It's super intense, it's massive, and it's just heavy. So what's actually making that sound so powerful?
Okay, get this. It almost all comes down to one thing. The distorted electric guitar. Seriously, that instrument is the heart and soul of heavy metal. It's the foundation, the raw power, pretty much the whole shebang. Without it, that heavy sound just wouldn't exist. Okay, so let's dive into the secret weapon. If the guitar is the hero of our story, then distortion is definitely its superpower. And here's the crazy part. The sound actually started out as a mistake, like a technical error that people tried to get rid of. But then some musicians were like, wait a minute, this mistake is actually awesome. It became their secret weapon. Okay, so just listen to this. On one side, you've got a clean guitar. It sounds, clear, bright, kind of like what you'd hear in a pop song. But then you get the metal guitar. It's fuzzy, it's gritty, it's thick, and it's super aggressive. That massive change, that's all because of one little thing, distortion. So what even is distortion? Okay, think of it like this. You know how in a video game a character can go into a berserk mode or get a massive power-up? That's what distortion does to a guitar sound. You're basically pushing the amplifier way past its limits. The normal clean sound wave gets totally squashed and overloaded, and what comes out the other side is just way, way more powerful and intense. All right, here's the recipe for making music heavy. It's pretty simple. Step 1, the guitar sends out a totally normal, clean sound wave. Step 2, the guitarist cranks up a knob called gain on the amplifier. Think of it like turning the difficulty setting all the way up. Step 3, this pushes the signal so hard that it literally gets squashed or clipped. And step 4, the result? That awesome, fuzzy, super powerful sound that just screams heavy metal.
All right, so now you've unlocked this incredibly powerful sound. So, what now? You can't just let it run wild, right? It would just be noise. The real magic is how musicians learn to control it. It's all about using a special toolkit of playing techniques to shape that raw energy.
And the number one tool in that toolkit? It's something called a riff. You've heard a million of them. A riff is basically the musical version of a viral TikTok dance or a meme. It's that short, super catchy, repetitive part that the entire song is built on. A good riff is the thing that gets stuck in your head for days. So, to make those riffs sound right, players have some special moves. They use power chords, which are just these really simple, thick-sounding chords that work perfectly with distortion. Then there's palm muting. That's when they rest their hand on the strings to get that tight, chunky, chugga-chugga rhythm. They'll use super fast picking to make things feel urgent and intense. And a really big one, down tuning. They literally loosen the strings to make the notes deeper, darker, and, you guessed it, heavier. Now, every great song, just like every great movie or game, needs that epic, climactic moment. In metal, that is the guitar solo. This is the guitar hero moment, for real. The player steps out from just playing the main riff and takes over the spotlight to show you what they've really got.
Yep, it's time for the main event.
So, the guitar solo. Think of it as the song's final boss battle, or its own personal highlight reel. This is where the lead guitarist just lets loose with their fastest, most creative, most mind-blowing stuff. And that same distortion we talked about, it's not just for heavy riffs. It actually lets the single notes in a solo ring out and sing for a super long time, which is just awesome.
And the guitars themselves are literally built for this kind of music. You'll notice they often have these really aggressive, pointy shapes that just look as intense as the music sounds. They've got special electronics inside, high-output pickups that are designed to send a really strong signal to the amp for even more power. And some guitars even have extra strings, like 7 or even 8, just so they can play those super low, super heavy notes. Okay, so this whole sound, it's not just for a small group of fans in black t-shirts. Nope, the creation of this heavy guitar sound ended up having this huge impact on, well, pretty much everything. And we can still see it all around us today.
I mean, think about it. This sound inspired literally millions of people to learn how to play guitar. You hear it all the time in movies and video games, especially during big action scenes, to get you pumped up. It's even influenced fashion with its whole dark, intense vibe. It's become this huge global symbol for being creative and just being insanely good at your instrument.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. The most important, most powerful part of heavy metal, the sound that makes it heavy, was born from a technical error. It was a mistake. And by embracing that mistake, instead of avoiding it, musicians unlocked a whole new world of sound and ended up changing music forever.
And that just leaves me with one last question. For you, heavy metal took a technical accident and built an entire global culture around it. So what about you? What sound, maybe it's an accident, maybe it's some new tech, do you think is going to be the sound that defines your generation's music? It's something to think about.